Now, to address many of the public comments. Nobody is as, I don't say scared as any of them that came to speak up. My father was naturalized about 40 years ago. He's scared to go outside. He just had a heart attack. Imagine if somebody takes him without asking questions, without just kidnapping him, not knowing where he's going to be, and something happens to him. That's the life that our residents are facing, day in and day out. The first time there was a raid at our country car wash, I happened to be around the neighborhood. When I saw it on Facebook, I rushed over there. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I rushed out there. By the time I got there, they were gone. They had moved on. So I can tell you that every single one of us, of our council here, thinks of how to protect our residents. We're very fortunate and blessed to have the sheriff's team come and protect our city. And they have said they will not be part of ICE raids. You know, I work for a state senator. Even in the state level, there's very little we can do. But it doesn't mean that we stop trying to find solutions or how we could band together as a region, as a state, and say, no, we're not going to allow people to be kidnapped without just cause, without a signed warrant by a judge or a magistrate. And just yesterday, the Supreme Court overruled the fact that you can stop anybody because of your color of your skin. If you speak Spanish, the type of job you work at. We do what we can. I know in the office that I work for, we had a seminar on Know Your Rights. City Manager, Mr. Ben Kim, can you please contact our State Senator, Sasha Renee Perez, and ask her to please host a Know Your Rights seminar here in the city of Rosemead. We don't know what the future holds because of these unprecedented times that we're living in. But we will do what we can to protect. One thing that I learned, because I sit on many webinars dealing with this. No, ICE cannot block streets. No, ICE cannot violate traffic laws. That's why we need every single one of you to call our Temple station and let them know they're blocking our streets. They may not do more than just give them a citation, but give them a citation. Let them know that we're not going to accept them blocking our streets. If you feel that somebody is being kidnapped, this is one thing that I was taught at a webinar. Regardless if it's the sheriff's, regardless if it's the city's own PD, you can call and say, I suspect there's a kidnapping going on right now. And guess what? ICE has to show their identification to our law enforcement. They have to. Does it mean that they're going to? Unfortunately, time and time again, we've seen on Facebook, we've seen on videos that many times they even bypass our own law enforcement. But there's things that we all can do. Call, letting them know there is a potential kidnapping. And again, unfortunately, things escalate so fast that by the time you get there, they're gone. So just know that we are doing what we can. Every single one of us up here, look at us. We know what people are facing. Do you know that even in one of the webinars, they were telling elected officials, carry your passport, carry your ID, because they could take you in too. So it's not just worrying about our residents, it's worrying about ourselves and our families that we need to be concerned about too. We need to be concerned about everybody. So thank you so much for the people that came to speak. But just know that we are looking, we are seeing, we're hearing what is going out there. But now it's time for us to come together and see what we can do under the law. And what that looks like, to be honest with you, I don't know. I would never in my wildest dreams would ever think that a Supreme Court would rule that you could detain somebody on how they speak, how they look, and where they work. So I could be here the whole night, but those are my comments. And I know that working together, we can resolve, maybe look into figuring out a way that we could also, do a food drive. If people are out there that are willing to pick up some food for neighbors, drop it off to them, let's all work together. Let's figure out how we can organize something. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes,
Thank you for your
Councilmember.
comments. I just have something on a lighter note. I just want to remind everyone, especially the residents out there, that we do have a Rosemead Moon Festival this Saturday that's coming up, right? So thank you, Parks and Recs, for helping out, as well as the Public Works that put it together. So it'll be this Saturday from 2:30 to 11 o'clock. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Have folks come out and have a good time.
Thank you, Councilmember Lowe. And one thing that I want to make sure that I also recognize is our sheriff's team. On 4th of July, I spoke to a lot of residents, or not only residents, but people that were actually at the park. They felt very safe because our sheriff's team were patrolling, walking, making sure everybody was safe. We weren't going to ask your legal status if somebody needed help, but people felt comfortable. So thank you to the sheriff's team. Thank you for making not only our residents, but outside guests feel welcome during 4th of July, because I received a lot of thank yous, and I said, no, you need to go thank our sheriffs. So thank you. And thank you also to our public safety director, Mr. Tim Murakami, because they were working together. People don't know this, but for the whole day on 4th of July, they were working together to making sure that everybody in Rosemead, at Rosemead Park, and all around the city were safe. So thank you. On that note, we have to go back to closed session. So I'm going to go ahead and recess this council meeting. Or can we adjourn it? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for, I'm a little rusty. I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting.